Okay, good morning. My name is Minh Do, and I'm making these little videos to create a digital artifact to complete this seed Moodle unit for teaching and learning with social medias. I'm recording these videos using my phone. It seems to be the easiest options. There are more sophisticated software out there, such as Camtasia, which will let you to do it a little bit more professionals. But for me, it seems like this is the easier options to pick. I'm going to give you a very brief overview of what I'm teaching. My subject is in the areas of banking, and it's a postgrad unit. It's one of the larger units with 500 plus students, so they're all sitting in lecture theaters, and we have lectures and workshop. I suppose the main objective of me exploring social media as a learning tool is to increase the degrees of engagement for these students. As you know, in a lecture theaters of 200-300, it makes it very difficult to get that connections and feedback from students. And so social media seems to be one option that I'm exploring to improve students' experience. As I do all the all the topics in the unit, I've already explained some of the point that I'm using. So the topic, for example, is in banking. So YouTube is one of the tools that we do use in the lectures. So last week we talked about syndicated loans, and one can play a little video like this. And obviously this is probably the easiest way and the most obvious way for us to use social media in our class. Similarly, next week we'll be talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and there will be another videos on YouTube. So that's that to me that's the easy options to pick social media, but you don't get that level of feedback, which ideally is what we're looking for. So what am I thinking of doing? Well, somebody's in the course already designed this, and this is very well done by ushers. In a perfect world, this would be something that I would like to do. So getting students to get involved in either Twitters or Facebook account. The topic is going to be in there, and then they're going to participate through this. Not necessarily mark in the sense that as you go through this, there's a lot of issues getting assessment through these social medias, and if I'm going to start involving this, I would not start assessments right away. It might be something that I will look for as I learn about these tools a little bit more. My main concern with social media, especially for the subject that I'm teaching, is content, because while you can look for something up to date, like the issue of Bitcoins, nowadays most of the content that we teach is surrounding regulations and a lot of time history of a certain market. And so that to me is the main challenge, to get students to be interested enough in the content and the integrations of that contents with the social medias, because if you're gonna get any students involved in this, in a perfect world, it would need to be something that is of recent events, so something that's up to date, something that is on the news, which in many of the topic that we teach isn't the case. Other subjects, it could be very obvious, such as marketing or even human rights and criminal justice in here, but with something like history of banking, that would be my main concern. How would I determine the effectiveness of this if and when it is going to be implemented? Well, the most obvious one is student feedback that you complete at the end of the semester, but obviously throughout the semester you would need to get in touch with students, talk to students, and see whether there's been any changes in the level of interest or even attendance of students compared to other semesters where this is not being introduced. So that is my short little videos for topic 6 of teaching and learnings. I'll be interested to hear your feedback on any of the issue.